To understand reality is not the same as to know about outward events. It is to perceive the essential nature of things. The best informed man is not necessarily the wisest. Indeed, there is a danger that precisely in the multiplicity of his knowledge, he will lose sight of what is essential. But, on the other hand, knowledge of an apparently trivial detail quite often makes it possible to see into the depth of things. And so the wise man will seek to acquire the best possible knowledge about events, but always without becoming dependent upon this knowledge. To recognize the significant in the factual is wisdom. And that was said by Dietrich Bonhoeffer. Welcome to Surviving the Matrix, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Maxwell Egan, and I'll be your host for the next hour. It's a pleasure to be here, ladies and gentlemen. I have been away again. I've been away for 5 weeks or thereabouts, I think, possibly even longer. I thought I was going to be away for 4 days, folks, and I was away for 5 weeks. So it just goes to show how unpredictable the universe can really be. I'm all settled now. I'm in a new house. I've moved state again. Seem to be moving a lot lately, but you get that. I'm in northern New South Wales in Australia, and I'm on a lovely little property here that's supplied by some dear friends of mine, and I'll be here for at least a few months, I'm hoping, and then I'll probably have to move again, but, well, you get that. Hopefully I won't be offline for quite as long the next time. One consolation to being offline for the amount of time that I have is that I did manage to get to work on The Awakening, and so I've finished both the second and third chapters of The Awakening. The full film is available for download on the website. Well, if it isn't there today, then it will be there by tomorrow. I'm not sure if the film's actually been uploaded to the website yet. However, it was posted to YouTube yesterday. I also re-edited part 1 of the film. The dialogue is still the same in chapter 1, but some of the video footage and a few things like that has changed, and it's all been re-edited and tidied up a fair bit. Part 2 and 3 are also on YouTube, and like I said, the whole film will be available for download from the website within the next 24 hours. So I hope you enjoy that one. It's been well, I don't know what to say. I mean, it's been a pretty interesting time while I've been away with the G20 summit and the amount of stuff that's been going on there. It's horrific. The terrorism, outright terrorism that's been carried out by the police against innocent people in Pittsburgh was absolutely shocking. Bringing in the sound cannon and hitting people with the sound cannon. I mean, this is completely outrageous. This is pretty well openly just showing you now how much control these criminal police officers actually believe they have, and this criminal government, now that they're turning military weapons against peaceful civilians. I saw one lady mauled by a police dog. I mean, this terrorist police officer set his German Shepherd onto her. This is an elderly woman. Of course, I mean, the dog should be put down, and the terrorist in police uniform that commanded the dog should also be locked up in jail. But we're not seeing this, and we're not seeing it because, well, the government are a bunch of criminal scumbags, really. I mean, that's what they're sort of doing, and they're sort of showing you openly now exactly what they think of the population of their country, which is pretty shocking. Pretty shocking. I notice that people are getting prepared for some kind of confrontation. The sales of guns and ammo has just been skyrocketing, but I still don't believe that's really the way to do it. I mean, of course, guns are good as a show of power and a show of strength and a show of being able to say, well, look, hey, you know, we're not prepared to back down, and we are prepared to fight if it comes down to the wire. But I still believe there are much easier ways to do things rather than resorting to violence. Of course, as John F. Kennedy said, when peaceful revolution becomes impossible, then violent revolution becomes inevitable. But I hope it doesn't get to that point. By the same token, a lot of the world is watching the people in America at the moment. A lot of the world can see exactly what is going on in America. The introduction of this fascist system that's been put in place. I mean, it's exactly what happened in Nazi Germany in 1938, what's going on in the United States right now. And the world is watching. The world is watching to see what the people of America are going to do. Because let's face it, the American people, the citizens of America, I mean, these people are armed to the teeth. This is the only nation on earth where the citizens are armed to the teeth. And like I said, violence is not a good way, but ultimately the only people who can stop an out-of-control American government is the American people. Even though the American government is being puppeteered by British banking interests, hopefully once the people of America start to take things in hand, the people of England and the people of Australia and the people of a few other countries around the world will all begin to follow suit. We are all watching to see what's going to happen over there, because things certainly are getting interesting. Now, I firmly believe that a lot of what's going on in the world, a lot of what our governments are doing, the financial crisis, everything that's going on in the world, it's all being done by design, and it's all being done for a specific reason. That reason is to create as much negatively charged energy, as much polarized energy in the world as possible at this particular time. On a lot of the shows that I've done here, I've spoken to you about the way that everything that's going on is a battle of energy, the true nature of energy, the true nature of this universe, the true nature of reality. Everything that is going on is a battle of energy. Everything that is done to harvest energy. Everything, I mean, all the emotions that people feel, all the beliefs that people have, all the tension that people feel, this all creates energy. I believe it's been done at this time for a specific purpose. I think that as the cavity resonance rises, the Schumann cavity resonance, as it rises, what we find is that, well, humankind is evolving. I mean, there's no other way of describing it, really. There is an evolution taking place. And it's quite a substantial thing. It's quite a substantial change that's happening not only to the human race, but also to the Earth, also to the entire solar system, to the entire galaxy, to the entire universe, really. If you want to look at it on a larger scale, it's everything. It's all of reality. There is an evolution taking place. This happens every time the cavity resonance rises. Now we have really long cycles that this Earth goes through. We've got 13,000-year cycles. We've got longer 26,000-year cycles. We've got 260,000-year cycles. We've got cycles that run into the millions of years as well. We've got all sorts of cycles that this planet goes through. And what happens is that the cycle, the time of the cycle is spent gathering knowledge. But at the end of each cycle, when the cavity resonance rises, an evolution takes place. That's how it works. This is what happens. Changes occur at the end of these cycles. And this is what the whole 2012 date's about. Now, whether it's actually going to happen on 21st of December 2012 is another question. It may happen. I mean, I'd be expecting it to happen any time from today until 2014 or 2015. I'd be expecting it any time. Now, there is no doubt that this is going to happen. We've got so much stuff going on. We've got, the cavity resonance rising. We've got the magnetic fields dropping. We've got all sorts of activity and anomalies taking place on all of the planets in the solar system. Global warming is happening on every planet in the solar system. It's not from anything man-made. It's nothing to do with man. There's an Australian professor called Professor Plimer. You can look it up. Just type in Plimer, Professor Plimer, global warming. Just type that into Google and you'll find his report. He actually shows you and demonstrates that we are in a particular spot in the galaxy that produces more heat. This is a naturally occurring event. It happens all the time. Well, it happens in regular cycles anyway. Not about all the time. If you consider once every, 63 million years all the time, well, then it happens all the time. I mean, I can't remember what the actual time is that it takes for this solar system to make one complete rotation of the entire Milky Way galaxy, but it's a very, very long time. And every time we get to a specific part of the Milky Way, there's a lot more heat here. There's a lot more radiation in this certain area of the galaxy. So this is what's happening. This is what's going on with global warming. And this has happened many times in the past. I mean, like I said, I don't know what the particular dates are offhand. I don't know what the long cycles are. But this has happened before, so it's nothing to do with us. Actually, thinking about it now without looking, I believe I have the link to Professor Plimer's report on the website, thecrowhouse.com. So you can just go there, go and click on the homepage. You'll find a link that says the myth of global warming. You'll find a bunch of links on that page which will let you know what's going on. There are 700 Japanese academics that are questioning global warming, virtually proven that it's not man-made. There are 30,000 scientists that are trying to sue Al Gore for fraud over the issue of global warming. But it doesn't matter. I mean, however many people speak out about this, you'll find that the government still talks about climate change, and you'll find that the mainstream media still wants to blame the people. It's incredible. You really got to wonder at these organisations. I'm just tired of it, folks, really.